right, welcome to 11 Scenes. I'm Z. Thank you for joining us today. Tonight, solo, but that's because I went and caught Bombshell this week. It was awesome. I am not a fan of Fox News for obvious reasons, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was slightly triggering, but it was easy to follow, and it almost made you feel bad for these terrible people that work at Fox News. Almost. So, I'm recording on 2 screens right now just to see how I can, mix this up together. So, bear with me. But Bombshell. I went with my future mother-in-law. Yes. Future mother-in-law. She's read up, know the whole story backpack of Megyn Kelly and Gretchen. Megyn Kelly and Gretchen stories, and she was like, you know this and da 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 da. Sorry, I don't know where I was, what rock I was under. Not necessarily a rock, but I was not following the stories of these Fox News anchors. I remember it was a big deal, whole Me Too movement issues, and they have been on it. It was so much going on with Me Too, so sorry I missed a couple cases. And I know it was a big deal. Fox CEO fired, yeah, big deal. And there's actually been other series on this story, exactly. So I'm definitely going to check out Showtime series, The Loudest Voice. Back off. They actually, the story, 3 ladies. I love it. It's like past, present, future. When you got all of these ladies walking through the room at the same time. So heavy hitters there. You got Charlize Theron, barely recognizable, pretty awesome. You got Margot. I'm loving Margot. I can't wait for Harley Quinn. And Nicole Kidman, of course. So, and the crazy thing to me was this whole non-disclosure thing that Megyn Kelly, Gretchen Carson actually had to sign, saying that she couldn't speak about her situation. So because she couldn't speak about her situation, this whole movie was made about them, about her story without her participation. That for me is crazy. Like, how you say we are sorry, but we sorry we did wrong, but you can't tell anybody else that we did wrong. How are you supposed to prevent any of this from happening again by muzzling and shutting down the people who actually have the strength to come forward? The strength to come forward. Oh goodness. Like, it was so many women in that network that were willing to just say, this didn't happen, we support Roger, da 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 da. How do you not believe, what makes you think somebody would just lie about stuff like this? Why is your first reaction is they are lying? Tell me that. How is that your first reaction to any kind of accusation? Why are you so defensive? And then it became an issue was, if you don't say something, or if you do say something, then it'll be like, we all did it. Did you do it? Do you feel shameful, sinful, or are you trying to cover up? Why are you fighting so hard against this? And then when it all blackflashed, everybody was just like, oh, trying to backtrack and make sure they weren't held liable. You should be held liable. You were complacent. You were complicit as well, because you didn't want to find the truth. You just wanted to make it go away. You should always want to find the truth. So that was my big thing, was find the truth. I want to find the truth. And it's really funny. The quote, my favorite quote in the movie is probably, it says a lot about yourself, how you treat others, especially, that's not how it went, but it does. It really does tell a lot about your character, how you treat others. The quote was Gretchen in a grocery store, and somebody says, I hate your show. I hate your network and everything you stand for. And she was just like, how you treat people you don't disagree with says a lot about you. Have a great day. And that's how you gotta do it. It's a trolling society. And that was years ago, but we got just as much social media, but people give people access when you put stuff on social media, when you live a public lifestyle, and that has to build a thick skin. Like, you have to build a thick skin about that. So you definitely got to ignore the trollers, but you gotta be able to fight your battles. You gotta be able to stand strong even when everybody else is doing something different. You need to be able to say, hey, this happened. I don't care what you say and what you do. The fact that you can't tell the truth without risking your livelihood is ridiculous. The fact that this society of America, all of America, look at our dag-nabbit president. Society of all of America is actually okay with being ran by this misogynistic old silhouette, rude, perversive man. It's ridiculous. And most jobs, networks, corporate America ran the same way, and that's sad. Like, women are sexualized all the time and just treated like crap. And that's just being a woman. And in this movie, it just happened to be nothing but white females. However, imagine being a black woman in America. Exactly. Stuff you don't want to consider, because it's scary. These women had an air of privilege that was allowed for them, and if it was anybody else, it wouldn't have gone down that way. It's actually kind of interesting to me. I really love, what's her name? McKinnon. I loved her character because what she provided was someone that's not of privilege. And the fact that she didn't have privilege was still hidden amongst her peers. It was a personal issue that she was very insecure about. And basically, we wear the mask living a lie at work. And she was able to openly joke about it. But that's the reality for so many people that it's kind of hit home for me. She portrayed I'm gonna get her name right eventually. I'm just gonna have to throw it in there. She portrayed a lesbian Democrat working at Fox News. Yeah, so she's that outsider that's made her way in and has to hide who she really is. And by being that person and being that person that says, okay, Fox News is what's going to make your grandma pissed off and tell your daddy how it really is. Welcome to Fox News. Bill O'Reilly is a such and such and such and so. This is what we deal with. And I'm here because I love the toxic environment. But she was that reminder that, hey, you're beautiful and you're straight and you have their same values. You can make it through this. I, on the other hand, cannot wade in the water. I can't risk it. So you're on your own, but I'm here. But I can't put my neck on the line. And that is another reality. And as a person who's faced some adverse actions and stuff, you realize a lot of people aren't willing to put their neck on the line for you, especially when it means their careers, their money, their livelihoods. And so when you risk that and you think about who else is on your team, it's a whole nother story. And your team has to be on that fighting, ready to fight and stance, because it's not just you who loses livelihood, it's everybody that works with you and risk that. And that's what those rich old perverts leverage their relationships with others to silence you, but you can't be afraid of it. And I like that part, that you have to stand up when it's necessary and fight the battles for the people that come after you and that's weaker than you. Not necessarily weaker than you, but doesn't have the strength that you do because of the experience. You want to prevent the experience from other people. So yeah, I give Bombshells 2 thumbs up. They didn't let race become an issue, although we know these ladies have some racist ratings gripping opinions. They still painted, and they showed it a little bit, but they still painted the picture of their victims too. And we don't want to call them victims, survivors. And it made you feel bad for them, because it doesn't matter how you feel or what your values are. Sexual harassment is wrong. Sexual assault is wrong. Doesn't matter what you're wearing, what you were doing, who you were with, what you was drinking. It's a violation, and it's never okay. So get it right. Stand up. Speak out. Be that voice. Don't be afraid. It's worth it in the end. Super quick, I wanted to talk about the previews. I'm gonna go back and start a new video. But thank you for joining us. This is Z again with 11 Scenes. You guys have a great day.